it's Katie and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a first impression kind of video, which is why I'm barefaced right here, right in front of you. And that's because I'm going to be doing the first impression on this foundation. This is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation. I did just get a little foil packet of it, and I was kind of like, should I actually do a first impression on this, even though I only have a foil packet? But I thought, why not? Because why not? What makes the difference? Like, you can hear my opinion, like if I would actually purchase this, and I will tell you that and everything. So the shade that I got as a sample is Y245, and I looked that shade up and it's called Soft Sand, and it's 120 was the original shade, I think, in the regular HD foundation when they had that. And this has been out for a while now, but I thought I would just review it since I did have a little sample of it, and I'm not sure if it's going to match me, but we are going to try. We're going to see if this is going to work with my skin and everything. So I'm going to give you a little bit info on the foundation just in case you're wondering, and a little info about myself. So I do have acne prone skin, as you might be able to see. My skin has improved within the last maybe 6 months, and it looks a lot better and everything like that. And I just have acne prone skin. My skin is normally more oily and combination, so I'm more leaning towards oily side. And recently my skin has been more dry, but it's not entirely dry. It's like oily and dry, but it's more dry these days. And just some things about this foundation. So this foundation does come in 40 different shades, and I believe since this came out they have expanded it between, I think now there's 42 shades of this foundation. But yeah, so 40 shades, and this product full size comes in a 1 ounce bottle. It has a typical pump like most foundations do, and this foundation retails for $43. And basically what this foundation is supposed to do is supposed to be very full coverage, hence Ultra HD, and it's supposed to look good like on camera and stuff like that. So we'll see how this plays for me. It just says a best-selling HD foundation with ultra lightweight texture that provides ultra flawless coverage for ultra flawless skin. And Makeup Forever actually recommends that you use it with the 108 large foundation brush, which is basically a flat foundation brush. So I am going to use one side with Beauty Blender and one side with a brush, and we're gonna see how that works for me, and we're gonna try this out. Hopefully it does match me, otherwise I don't know how well this is gonna go. But before we get in this first impression, I do like to mention the primer I used. I did prime my whole face because that's what I would do normally, and I would never wear this without primer, so that's just how I do my first impression, so I always have done mine. And so the primer I used is the Maybeline Master Prime Blur and Redness Control, which is my favorite. I love these primers. Just this whole line of Maybelline Master Prime primers is great, and I love this one. It is amazing. Love it so much, so I use that. And yeah, so we're gonna get into applying this just here in a second. So I'm gonna use a Beauty Blender on this side and a brush on this side, and we're gonna see how they compare. And I'm gonna do one side so you can see the difference. And yeah, so let's get into it. So this is what it's looking like. I think it'll match me. If not, we'll have to use concealer to balance everything out. And yeah, we're gonna use Beauty Blender on this side and then the brush on this side, see how they compare. And let's just get to applying this. I'm gonna start with this side of my face, then we'll go to this side and we'll see how the coverage is and everything like that. So let's get applying. And I'm using my Tarte mirror to just, you know, use as a mirror. So it's feeling very like, it's not feeling, with the Beauty Blender at least, it's not feeling very heavy, which I do like, and it's covering decently well so far. And I do notice that the Beauty Blender does soak up a generous amount of product. And it is blending into my skin, so I got lucky with the match, which I have been when I do get foil packets. And yeah, foil packets is kind of risky because what if you don't get enough product? Okay, Okay, so that's it. That's all I got with that little amount on my hand for this side. And looking into my mirror, it didn't cover as well as I'd hope it would, but it did cover a little bit. The beauty blender I found it to soak up a lot of product. I don't think it applied it the way I would like it to, so we're gonna see if the brush does a better job. So yeah, let's see how the brush applies it. I am using my Sigma flat top Kabuki F80, and let's see how it applies on the other side of my face. So I put a layer on this side and then I did a little bit on that side, and so far not really impressed with the coverage. It doesn't look like that good. I don't know, I'm just not liking it so far, but we're gonna keep applying and see if it gets better or not. But definitely applying way better with a brush, so that's a plus, but so far not getting coverage I would want to. Yeah, not too impressed with this one. Like, it's not that good. I'm not too pleased. Okay, so that's all I can pretty much get out of that little foil packet, and that's pretty much the coverage I feel that I'm going to get and stuff. I blended it and everything, and I think it looks pretty good. Like, I know I say I don't like this because I don't like how it looks. It doesn't look as good as my CoverGirl 3-in-1, and that is like a $9-10 foundation you can get from the drugstore, so that says a lot. And that foundation isn't even full coverage, and I can get a good full coverage with it. And this is, I don't know, it's making like my acne in some spots look like kind of patchy and everything. It's just, I don't know how I feel about it. It did give me coverage, but I wouldn't say it's like full. I don't even know. We're gonna see how it sets in my face and how I like it after I put on the rest of my makeup, how it kind of blends with everything else. We will see how it kind of compares. So I'm gonna go do the rest of my face makeup, but right now I'm gonna show you like close-ups. I'm gonna try to get you as good close-ups as I can, and you can just see how it looks on my skin and everything, and we will kind of just see how it looks after my makeup, how everything is on together, how it looks and everything, and we'll just see like how it goes and everything. We'll see. So here I'm gonna go put on the rest of my makeup, and here are your close-ups. Okay, so I just finished putting on my makeup and everything, and this is what it looks like. I feel like the foundation looks a lot better than it did before and everything. I'm gonna look in my mirror so I can really tell you how I feel. Yes, I'm loving how everything looks together. My blush doesn't look like it's gliding over everything, like, if you know what I mean. When you have bad acne and it looks like your blush is just like, your foundation doesn't glide over your like imperfections, it kind of just like blends with them. I don't know how to explain it, but I like how the blush actually looks like it's good. It blends very beautifully, and honestly my skin isn't very smooth. Like, it doesn't look like I have nothing on my face, but I do like how it is concealed and it looks good. Like, it doesn't look like bad. My highlight looks good. It doesn't like cling to anything. It doesn't cling to my imperfections or anything. And I just like how everything just flows together. I didn't put on bronzer today or anything like that. Just did blush, highlight, powder, and everything like that. I used my bareminerals powder, my Maybeline concealer. I used a bunch of different products. I'm gonna link everything I used down below, like I always do in every video, no matter what. I'm gonna link it down below for you so you can know what I'm wearing and everything like that. I'll let you know down below because I used a lot of different things and I can't remember on my head. I don't feel like pulling everything out to show you, but I do like how everything looks together. I really just love everything, and I just love how it makes my skin feel. My first impression has changed a little bit. I like just basically how it is applying. And I probably only had it on for like 10-20 minutes and I'm really liking it. It's just gliding and blending all together. It's not looking bad. It's actually looking generally good. Do I love this foundation? No, but I'm not hating it. I'm actually liking the coverage. I'm liking how it looks. It did blend a lot better with my brush. So I would say use a flat top brush, not a beauty blender. I just feel like it soaked up a lot of product with a beauty blender. Like it didn't like just go on like it does normally with beauty blender. And we will see how it applies for the rest of the day. It is 1:45 now and I did apply this a little bit ago, but we're gonna call the start time 2 o'clock and I'll check in with you throughout the day, either vlog style or right here in front of my camera, but I will either way check in with you and we'll see how it wears and everything like that and everything. I'm gonna be unpacking my stuff because I just got home from college yesterday and I moved out, so I'm moving my stuff back in and I'm just like going through boxes and like I'm going through bags and everything, so I might get a little sweaty here. But yeah, so we're just gonna check back in a couple hours. Hey friends, so it's been almost an hour. It's 2:46 right now, so I thought I'd do my first check-in for you. So pretty much nothing has changed and I'm actually doing this vlog style, and on camera I love how it looks. Like I feel like it does look good and it does claim to look good, especially for like filming and for like on video and cameras and everything. I do think it looks very good. I do feel like my skin does look pretty good. Like it's not perfect, but it is pretty like good coverage for me, especially if you have acne prone skin. This foundation doesn't seem to be like transferring, or it doesn't seem to be like, you know, like oxidizing. It seemed to like just stay the same, and there's really nothing to really update you on. I think it just looks very good. I really love how the whole makeup looks together and everything's just looking good. I'm staying pretty generally matte. I'm not getting very oily. It has only been on for maybe an hour and a half, but for an hour it's looking pretty good. So I'll probably check into you when we're towards the 4 hour mark and stuff. So I'll see you in the next check-in. So I'm back for my next check-in and it's 5:28 right now, and foundation is actually still looking pretty good. It has faded in some spots, as you can see. Like it's not as perfect as it was before. You can see some imperfections like peeking through around my cheeks, which is my problem area and everything, which isn't a big deal and everything. And I've had it on for 5-ish hours and everything, and it doesn't look too bad far away. Obviously when you get closer up you're gonna see more of an imperfection. It still looks good and it is fading a tiny bit, like you can see here, but it's not terrible, and you can still see my highlight. I am shiny around my nose, but I usually get shiny around there just because like I'm oily sometimes I'm not. It really depends and everything. And this I don't think is supposed to be very matte, so that's probably why and everything, but still everything looks so good. I've like eaten, drank, like not that it matters for foundation, but like everything looks good in general, and I don't know, I'm still liking it. It's not obviously my favorite, but I am liking it, and it's a lot better than I thought it was going to be when I started this first impression. And I will check in with you in a couple more hours or at the end of the night. I'm not really sure yet. We will see. Okay, so this is me, my like last update / last check-in. This is basically gonna be like the end. I don't know what to call this. I literally love how this foundation has worn. I'm gonna give you a close-up. See, like you can still see my blush, my highlight wearing off in certain places and stuff. Like it's wearing off my cheeks. Like I said earlier, it really hasn't changed much since the last update. And yeah, you can see stuff and it's kind of wearing off and kind of just disappearing, if you want to say. But I do think overall it looks very good. Like from far away you wouldn't be able to tell. It looks pretty good, like it does. I do like it. Everything, I do like how it wore. I've had it on for 8 hours, which is a typical time I would have foundation on and everything like that. But I think it would last pretty good also if I had it for 10, 12 hours, even longer than that. But it still looks pretty good and everything. So for pros and cons, pros, I like the wear time. It wears pretty well. I do think if you blend it out and add a good layer or 2 of it, it does look nice. I would say 2 layers or even 3. I like just how the look it gives, and it didn't make me dry like in my inner corners. I didn't really get dry at all, and it didn't really make me oily. Maybe a little bit, but not really. But it's also winter and it's also like 20 degrees out. But yeah, it wore pretty well, so I'm pretty happy with that. Coverage is pretty pretty good. I wish there was more full coverage on me. So for acne prone skin, I'm not really sure how the coverage, it's pretty good coverage, but I don't know, I have other foundations I like better. Cons, I don't really know. I felt like it was thinner than a lot of people say it's thick, but I thought it was thinner than I was expecting. It didn't really apply well with Beauty Blender, which is fine. I can always use a brush, but I love the Beauty Blender, so I'd prefer to use that. It's quicker and easier. So I guess like the only con I would have to say is the fact that like it would not work well with Beauty Blender. I just felt like it took a lot to blend in also, so I guess that could be a con. I don't really hate this as much as I thought I would. I actually thought I would hate this in the beginning. I literally didn't know how I was going to feel about it just because the coverage wasn't really going on well, but once I have everything on, it kind of like just came together, which I love. I would actually give this a good thumbs up and a good rating. I do think this is a nice foundation. Would I go out and buy it for like $40 something? Probably not, but I did like it, and if I were to buy it, I would buy it. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this first impression. Let me know down below any other first impression you'd like to see next on anything. I will do like lipsticks, I will do like foundations, concealers, powders. I will do any first impression you want to see. I love these videos. I like creating them because I like how it's kind of like, I don't know, it's different and it's fun to create and it's fun to try different things out. I know there's a lot of new drugstore foundations coming to the drugstore soon, so I'd be happy to try those out. So if you want to see that, please give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below anything you want me to try, and please subscribe if you haven't already. I post videos every week, and we're in the holiday season and Christmas is like approaching very fast, and it's like I don't even know where time went. Please subscribe because I post videos every week, and I always post on Fridays, and sometimes I will post on additional days like Mondays or Wednesdays and stuff. And yeah, so I post videos every week, so subscribe if you haven't already. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.